acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe, I'd say maybe looks the part, says the right things, but maybe it's just another distraction. I don't know. Rowe said on this, "What I saw made me ashamed. I cannot understand why there was not better coverage of that roof." Now, this is what all of the mainstream media is reporting in their headlines. Oh, Secret Service Director ashamed. But here's what they're not emphasizing, okay? Which, by the way, don't just read the headlines. That's what people do these days. They just read the headline. Oh, ooh, new Secret Service Director, good. He said he's ashamed. Well, he also said, I think this was a failure of imagination, a failure to imagine that we actually do live in a dangerous world where people do actually want to do harm to our protectees. I think it was a failure to challenge our own assumptions. Okay. Are the assumptions of the Secret Service that people are not trying to kill their protectees? Like what? Like, you have one job, bro. What do you think is the point of your agency? It's literally one job, and it's to keep your guy safe from harm. And I'm not saying that it's easy, but like the goal should be very clear. Like the point of your existence at your job should be very, very clear. It doesn't seem to be the case for good old Ron Rowe. He also stonewalled questions from members of Congress today on the agency's lack of transparency. And I would say pretty much passed the buck when he was asked why the Secret Service was totally clueless to the shooter. Remember just a few weeks ago when our own Steve Baker talked about deconfliction? Well, you be the judge. Is Rowe confirming what Baker had to say? He said, information about the threat was stuck or siloed in that state and local channel. It is troubling to me that we did not get that information as quickly as we should have. We didn't know that there was this incident going on. How is that possible? Like, literally, it boggles the mind. It does not seem to be humanly possible. We have seen so much evidence of surveillance, of communication. We saw text messages yesterday. We saw pictures taken of this guy. We saw the we were told metal detectors detected his rangefinder. The Secret Service declined drones from local law enforcement. They were like, nah. The local law enforcement was like, hey, we have these really cool drones that not only you can see if there is a threat, but you can actually neutralize the threat like from the drone. It's really freaking cool. And Secret Service was like, nah, pass. No, thank you. We don't want it. There was no one stationed next to the permanent ladder that was on the building. And oh, by the way, it was a hot, slopey roof. So I'm sorry. I just need to ask the question, Ron. How in the world is it possible that you did not know that this incident was going on? You have law enforcement we just watched, like surrounding this building. And you didn't. I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. And I want to play former FBI Secret Service agent Dan Bongino, who said in his podcast on July 26th that Rowe is, he says, a clone of his former boss, Kimberly Cheadle. And not only that, but Dan Bongino said that he's also culpable for the security failures at this particular rally itself. Watch.
I'm telling you, I know all these people. That Ron Rowe, the acting director, was part and parcel to the scandal to not give Donald Trump an enhanced security footprint, which I believe led to this tragedy. This is not personal. I've known this guy a long time. I'm sure he's a good dad and whatever. I don't know. Really, I'm just telling you, this guy was part of the denials, the multiple denials to the Donald Trump detail for enhanced security that I'm telling you led to the series of events that led to this debacle with Donald Trump coming within a millimeter of his life. He was candid. Of course, he's trying to be candid. He's trying to basically ingratiate himself to people so that nobody actually asks him real questions.
Yeah, so don't fall for this clown, okay? And by the way, Dan Bongino would know. He apparently served alongside Rowe for like 12 years. So over a decade, this guy was assigned to George W. Bush's presidential detail from 2004 to 2008. And then since then, he's worked a desk as a policy advisor and led Secret Service communication with Congress and the Department of Homeland Security. Wow, sounds like a real winner. Can't wait. I mean, it's only a matter of life and death. So, there's that.